So they ban out what Oriana's bad against, and then they're going to pick it up for Suno. Because Suno has been having some problems today. It's basically things have been collapsing on him. Mid lane goes down, and mid lane is the linchpin of all strategies. Like if we look at stats from Worlds, mid laners are the most important. You need CS, you need high kills and low deaths. Whereas other roles, it's actually a little more forgiving. I was looking at stats for this, and it's just amazing.
We saw the power of a strong mid lane Oriana as well in the Complexity Quantic game just a couple of games ago. This will be our, I want to say, fourth game of the day of the 7. If I can count properly. I don't know. The day all blurs together, I'm going to be honest.
It is.
TWZ going to be grabbing Shyvana and Elise to start things off. Shyvana making it through the bans possibly for the first time today. No, we saw Shyvana play earlier, but she's either picked or banned basically 100% here throughout this tournament.
Yeah, she's extremely strong. A lot of magic damage comes to the table, and she's got a fantastic wave clear. The only iffy thing about her is about her level 1, and that's about it, because level 2, you get the twin bite. You are well on your way to doing a ton of damage to people.
Speaking of, ignore our overlay. Quantic going to be on the blue side, and they are playing TWZ.
Oh.
Not to be determined.
Now we just look silly.
It's so I kind of looked over at that. I saw it, and I said, you know, they're going to change that. The background guys, they're all over this stuff. Sivir making it through the bans and going to be a grab here. I want to say first Sivir of the day. Saw a couple yesterday. Annie going to get locked in as well. So Gunza going to be on his support of choice. A Vayne sit on the TWZ side. Bishu has yet to put a sit in.
And that's not TBD, that's TWZ.
Yes.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to the overlay. Just so everybody's informed.
It needs to know.
Quantic is on the left side playing as the blue team, and TWZ is playing as the purple team. So
Thresh going to be the sit now for Bishu. You guys can't see it because our crack overlay team is busy fixing things up. There we go. And they're going to both get locked. Send it back on over to Quantic. Give him a little bit more time to fix it up. Don't know if he's going to be able to before we get started, but that's okay. Again, Quantic blue side, TWZ on the purple side. Just to run it down in case you guys forgot who's on TWZ. Yazuki, Kez, Bishu, Bobby, Hank Hill, and Nidus are main. Going to be the guys over there. And sits on to Olaf and Renekton. Oh.
Ooh, Rumble, Renekton, switching it back. That is been
a while since we've seen
intense close-up on Sivir's face.
It is. Yeah,
wow.
That's not a blemish to be seen, though.
No, absolute perfection.
That is just fantastic skin. You expect it out of Annie because she's young, but, smooth.
Yeah,
let's moisturize. Olaf and Renekton going to be locked.
Yeah, it's not a Rammus.
Rammus, Renekton.
Wow.
It's been a long day for everybody. Don't worry about it. There we go. Got it switched over. Zig's the sit now for TWZ. And Zig's been a big part of this tournament as well. That lane clear is undeniable, and the damage output is a hard one to thumb your nose at as well. Even when people are starting to siege you up, drop that Mega Inferno bomb, and they will at the very least scatter for you, if not just retreat entirely.
It's a great wave clear mechanic, too, because it does double damage to minions now. So, instantly vaporizing them. And let's have the rundown.
Yes, indeed. As we roll into Quantic's final game of the day, we'll see if they can save themselves from streaking too hard in one direction. They're 2-2 now. They're going to run Renekton, Olaf, Oriana, Sivir, and Annie to try to correct it. TWZ got something to say about it, though. They're going to be bringing Shyvana, Elise, Ziggs, Lucian, and Thresh to the field. We'll see what's going to happen if Quantic can get this tilting fixed up or if they're going to go down one more time right after King Zed for the fourth game of the day and their third game of the day, brought to you, of course, as ever, by GetZyreneFire.com. Moving on out, Quantic going to win the skin war again.
Official sponsor of the LCS.
It's important stuff. Got the solid Sivir skin. Suno still missing the Bladecraft Oriana. I think if you pick that up, they might have a better chance at a win here.
Yeah, his performance last game. Was he playing Bladecraft last game?
No, he was on Gothic Oriana last time as well.
That's right. Sad.
Just trying to help, All
right. So we're going with that strategy where Apple takes the sweeping lens and then nobody else does until late game, which is something we saw Quantic doing day one, and it was a little out of the ordinary. It was something that we haven't seen too much of. We usually see a support have it or the jungler have it. And if we look over the side of TWZ, Nidus has his, but Apple's going to be the only one with that sweeping lens. So he might be looking for the 2v1 and then getting rid of the ward, or the 1v1, getting rid of that ward and then getting ganks for himself. But he won't have ward coverage, so he's gankable. So it's kind of a trade-off there. He's going for some aggression. Granted, the cooldown on it is 180 seconds at rank, or I guess the basic one, whereas the warding totem has 120 second cooldown. But then when you get to level 9, the sweeping lens has a 90-second cooldown. So it's kind of a trade-off early for later game stuff.
Indeed so. Going to be a quiet level 1, though.
Yeah, it's very quiet. So I was able to talk so much. Look at that.
Yeah.
But Olaf, he took a Doran's Blade into the jungle, so he's looking for those extra combat stats.
TWZ on the invade here, and they are going to find Apple by himself. He's just going to have to leave. Nothing he can do about that. He's going to hang out in the area.
Apple by himself.
It's going to be good. Tried it on, though. Staying at the front, not going to get bullied out like that. He'll get himself a little caster minion. Both of them.
Gets both of them.
As well as making sure that they've got the timer, which will make it a little bit harder for TWZ to slide back in if they want to contest that again. Recall coming out. He's going to be on the 2v1 lane. Just going to get on back. Grab himself some extra jewelry there to throw on the field and get back to lane.
And grab himself a ward for some extra ward coverage. He'll be able to sweep another one. He used it early on to get a ward that was over by the left side jungle on the entrance. But Suno
comes in and runs Bishu off.
They want this blue buff. And so Gunza actually comes up to assist with that so that they have that extra reinforcement. Loco Doko, Sivir's just so powerful right now. And the fact that he's able to push this turret by himself against Yazuki, it's no problem.
Absolutely. And I forget if it was Quantic we saw that out of. I think it was Gunza we saw go walkabouts yesterday in the 2v1 lane. Just left Loco Doko to his business down there. I believe he was playing Lucian in that game.
Yeah, I believe it was. And Loco Doko, ooh, Prime. No, he's just getting low in the jungle, but Kez is going to see him.
Might make a maneuver here. He's going to hop onto him. Prime going to go on the run. Stun's going to land. Yazuki in. Prime gives up first blood. Loco Doko now in no man's land. He's going to barrier and try to get out. Can't get the flash. Double kill Kez. Gunza walks in and grabs one and gets out. So a bandage on the missing limb there as Apple goes low up top and Bobby Hank Hill grabs one. 3 kill start for TWZ and Quantic in an all too familiar position. Ugh.
You mentioned it earlier about the internet cafe might be a hindrance on their communication. Because that didn't seem like a Quantic play. And Gunza, the only thing, I guess, silver lining on this is that he gets out with double buffs.
Silver lining.
So that's about it. Otherwise, they gave up 3 kills, only got 1 in return, blew a lot of summoner spells. Granted, Gunza's going to be able to poke Yazuki out very easily with low cooldowns and the fact that he can slow him, but that's about it. That's it.
So they're going to hop forward, take a look at Bishu. Bishu a little low, but he's going to get out of that. No worse for the wear. Apple back to lane. Bishu, yeah, Suno putting some good poke on this time. He can have himself a little bit better of a game. Obviously, can set up some nice team fights. But hey, Quantic try and do something about that. TWZ in. Prime was there, but they just chase it down. Bishu burning. Gotta watch out for those minions as he's quite low indeed. Prime in trouble. Flay gonna pull him back. Bobby Hank Hill flash over the wall. Prime. Cooldowns there. Kez gonna get him with the Q.
This is very reminiscent of the game that we just saw out of Quantic.
It's gotta be something. This is not the Quantic we saw yesterday. Go 2-0, powerhouse style. Is it the internet cafe? Are they on tilt? Is it a combination of both? But just off to a super rocky start here, giving over 5 kills in as many minutes.
Yeah, it's been a kill a minute this early on in the game. It's ridiculous. About almost 2k gold lead here for TWZ. And CS leads across the board for them, except for in the ADC department. And I guess support. Somebody will bang me for that one.
Those double buffs on Gunza really going to help keep Yazuki at bay as they're able to burn through a lot of health. Going to send Yazuki back. Doing everything he can to push the lane away, but he's still 25 CS to 19 as Apple got sent back with the death early on. 2 assists on Yazuki as well. Then a really big Kez right now, sitting 3-1-1. Got 1 onto the AD carry. Got Nidus or main packing a kill as well. Bottom outer is going to fall as they force Yazuki back, but small price to pay. A little get back, however, for Quantic. Again, early days, big leads early on, can turn around if TWZ is not able to capitalize on the pressure, and Quantic find some picks of their own.
Yeah, and they get that bottom turret, so they win the 2v1 race, and top turret is actually fine. So Apple's going to stick it out there against Bobby Hank Hill, and they're going to send their support middle, and it looks like Locodoco going to go back down bottom, possibly middle. They don't want to give up that dragon pressure because all that gold that TWZ's been getting, they've transitioned it into some items, but there's a lot of wards from them on the map right now. A lot of stealth wards, and I also think they have some vision wards down. Yeah, they do all around the dragon area.
As well, Yazuki with a solid lead out over Apple might not be the best 1v1 lane to send him into. Of course, no real reason for TWZ to move just yet. Huge lane coming in. Guns are going to get there. Help clear it out. Double buff's gone off of him now. Bishu and Suno in mid lane. Been running fairly even on the overall. 2 assists on the Bishu. Going to give him a little bit of a gold advantage there. So he's got the Chalice done. Whereas just the No Magic Mantle on Suno. Down only 7 CS though. So not falling too far behind just yet. No 1,500 gold lead for TWZ. That tower pickup's going to give him a little bit more room to get work done.
And Kez is off on the side with Bishu here. Looking for something that's pinged there. Trying to converge.
Gunza and Apple going to come in on it. They're going to try to get the work done on the Gunza. Shockwave going to grab up Kez. They're going to splash him with the big ult hooked there. But the repel's going to be good.
Well, he came right back down. He came right back down onto a Dark Passage Lantern. So he could have repelled over to the golems, but decides to come back down and trust in Nidus. Takes the lantern immediately.
Axe short onto Nidus remain, so he'll be able to walk away. Put a little bit of a couple of little scratches in the armor on Apple's Renekton. Over the wall he goes, and Nidus remain just not leaving it alone. The TWZ keeping the pressure on, not 100%. Gunza gonna get the ult out of Yazuki and gets the red buff.
Wow, so the fact that Apple was the same level as Nidus as the support is really telling of how this game is going right now. This early on, both of them were level 4. Apple just getting level 5, but get the turret up top, even up the turrets, and still about a 2k gold advantage for TWZ. And you know, this game is going to slip out of Quantic's hands very quickly like the last one if they don't get a hold.
They just need a couple of picks here and there. It's going to come down to coordination. Missing the teleport like they had last time. Ended up using that basically just the once for playmaking.
Yeah, you got your wish, though. You got Apple on Renekton.
Yes. I'm still a believer. Again, he can get through this. Just doesn't have to have a bad game. The problem is they are running a Shyvana into it, and that Shyvana was sitting at a 20 CS lead, is up 2 assists, and the gold just not in the right places right now. You've got it on Gunza. You've got a little bit of global gold spread out there, and the CS numbers pretty good around the field, though. I mean, keeping pace. Renekton going to be behind, but Shyvana is going to basically be the answer to that, or at least be the analog to that over on the TWZ side.
And no movement towards Dragon just yet for either team. There's been pink wards thrown down by TWZ, but they haven't done anything with them. They've just sat them down, and they've been cleared out by Quantic. And Locodoco just keeps going down to that bottom lane, so it looks like they're just going to go back to the 2v2 and the 1v1 up top, instead of going for tower pushing and swapping their ADC up top, which I thought they would do, but they don't want to give up dragon pressure.
Lots of pinging abound, but not a lot of action. Question pings in the area around Dragon, just to go get somebody to look at it, just as Elise is going to head over there. Kez going to start it up. Guns is around, and they don't have a full contingent here. The damage will show up for Quantic a little bit faster, as they got Bobby Hank Hill clearing the lane on bottom side. So right now, the dance around Dragon going to abate. Quantic going to be in the area and make themselves availed in case there needs to be some Dragon dancing going on. But for the moment, TWZ just going to reform up bottom lane and spread everything back out.
And Apple 2 levels down still behind Yazuki, almost about half his CS. And it's not looking that great for Apple. Usually he has a fantastic game, but like you always say, you gotta shut down the croc.
Absolutely do. And right now, Yazuki in great shape. I mean, you're going to shut down the Dragon, too. They're going to pick up a kill onto Gunza down bottom. It might allow him to take a look. Olaf just recalled, but they're not going to worry about that bottom outer turret, at least for the moment. They've got Gunza off the lane. Sivir there. Gunza going to be back up before too long. Olaf coming in to reinforce down bottom. Try to hold on. Make sure this turret situation doesn't start to get out of control here. Bobby Hankill playing it well back. Just spent the boomerang blade, so it could be a little bit more aggressive about it. Not gonna, though. Dragon gonna go over. As a lot of lane presence here from TWZ. Keeps Quantic in the dark on the Dragon pick.
And Gunza He got caught, and he tried to flash over the thick part of the wall for the Dragon Pit, didn't make it, and ended up getting picked up with the wasted flash. And so with him down,
way to go.
Yeah, with him down, they went for the Dragon. There's nothing to stop them at that point. No vision for Quantic. So TWZ getting the first Dragon of the game, about 3.6k gold lead now.
Yazuki caught up under turret there. Apple just going to hold the line. Recall pings from red there as Zig's getting a little too far out front. Bishu backs it on up. Bottom outer are going to come under attack one more time here from TWZ. This time looks to be successful. Don't know if they got enough minions down there, however.
And Loco Doco went for the Avarice Blade. So he'll be going for a Static Shiv eventually. I'm not sure what order he's going to buy it in, but he wants that extra gold. He has that gold generation item and needs to catch up. So he's buckling down for the late game.
We did see him pick that up first on Tristana last time around. Did some good work, helped out with the lane clear, and honestly, he had a pretty solid game in spite of the fact that pretty much around the rest of the field, it was just a horror show. Got a couple of nice kills in during the team fights, but that was pretty much all they got, all told. Yazuki's still working the lanes up top, and Apple just with really nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, Static Shiv is a staple on Tristana now, and getting the Avarice Blade early really helps her scale into the late game extremely well. We just didn't see that happen. He didn't have a front line to back him up. He didn't really have great damage from his mid laner. So the game kind of just collapsed around him, and he wasn't fed either. He was decent, but he wasn't fed, so he wasn't able to carry that game. And now 4k gold lead in favor of TWZ.
Keeping it solidly moving forward. There haven't been any absolute shutdowns here, but TWZ have managed to avoid falling into any Quantic pitfalls. Well, Quantic hasn't been the most active at trying to set them up. They're just playing sort of calm and cautious here, and it has cost them a second bottom outer turret. Looks like you're getting a pause here. Loco Doco throwing the pause up. Possibly lag again. Again, they're at a net cafe, according to our sources.
Yeah, and they are having some lag.
I just want them to be back in the old house where they were playing like champs.
Yeah, they were playing fantastically. I guess they changed locations because of internet instability, but it looks like they're just getting more of the same.
Yeah, a good number of pause. I mean, pause at least every game for lag. Sometimes two. Not as long as the pauses, obviously, that ended up costing them a game. But, I mean, when you're playing in a round robin like this, you can't afford to give a game over. Of course, now it's coming at a cost of 2 games for Quantic here. That's a brilliant start to the weekend. Gonna see that ward go down. Nothing he can do about it. Nidus Remain wants it. Lantern over the wall to get some vision. He can't kill the ward. Oh, he doesn't get it. They saved the ward. Silver linings.
Just the bright side of everything. Wombat, man, I love you so much. Just finding these
Quantic
little
on the way
things.
back. It's the little victories that keep you alive when you're having a terrible day. And I gotta say, Quantic right now just having a real bad day. We'll see if they can stick with it, though. TWZ been pressing that lead forward consistently, though.
At least they're at a fantastic new location, seeing the sights.
They probably got some fans rooting, cheering for them.
Hopefully not bugging them.
It's kind of like Casey at the bat, though.
Yep.
I'm sure everybody's read that poem.
Probably not.
Hook on to Suno. Nidus Remain going to go over there and be real mean about it. Kez comes in. They're going to slow it down. Shockwave. They pull Nidus Remain back, but Kez gets up the repel, and Yazuki comes in. Down goes Gunza. Suno out to the side. Can't get back into the fight. Bishu running low. They're going to be able to get 2 for 2 right now. Yazuki doesn't have the getaway juice. Sends out the shred. In comes Bobby Hank Hill. Apple not big enough to deal with this, but does have good damage output. Barrier going to buy him some time. Nothing doing. Loco Doco gets there. Yazuki thought he might be on the chase after Prime, but he's going to run it out. Axe going to land onto him. He needs that W to come up to get anywhere. He's just going to work it on Prime. Ignites there. Yazuki picks up the kill on the Prime. We keep it at, what is that, 3 for 3 on the overall.
It was 4.
4 for 3.
4 for 3 overall. In the favor of Quantic.
So. Good times, because, yeah, who did they got Nidus Remain at the start.
Yeah, so Yazuki, only sole survivor, whereas on Quantic, it was Loco Doco and Apple. Prime, a little ambitious there, still has Ghost in his pocket, so he actually didn't use that. It was the ultimate from Loco Doco that gave him that movement speed boost to get him out of there. But still, keeping the fight on, and then Yazuki turns around, ignites him, and he drops down. So it was a very, very great shockwave there by Suno to set that fight up, And that's really the story of Orianna, is you have to get those to actually get the game going. And now they've brought it within about a 3k gold advantage here for TWZ. Quantic slowly but surely possibly coming back in this game. We'll see.
They've got it. Still going to be right around 3,500 gold. Suno in trouble. He'll get out of range of that ult. The flight time just too long for Bishu. Q going to land, though. Gunza, he's going to have to check it out. 2 gone from middle as TWZ go 4 strong onto mid-outer. Yazuki's still working the top. A lot of recalls around the field and just no real hope of defending this one. Try and clear the lane, but nothing doing. It's going to be 3 turrets to 1 now for TWZ as they push the lead out again. A second pause from Quantic. And the concerns continue to grow. Very apologetic, though. I mean, you matter, guys. And I couldn't, it just, my heart sinks. You know? They had such a strong start, and whatever's up today is just too much for them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but of course, you have to deal with your internet connection. It's just how it is. And if it's lagging, then, pause. And that's exactly what they're doing. So they're playing it right in that regard, but it's just unfortunate to see. If Loco Doco was the only one lagging, then I don't know if it would have made any difference in that situation. But if they were all lagging, then definitely a hindrance.
And while we got a little bit of downtime here, head over to wellplayed.org/Battle of the Atlantic, or /Atlantic.
Yeah, we make it
Atlantic. My fault. Brain shut off for a second. Head over to wellplayed.org/Atlantic. You got tickets for the Battle of the Atlantic, the promotion tournament on sale over there. Check them out. Go do it right now, and then get back here. Hopefully, Quantic going to be okay. They have been all of the pause time. We did not have a start pause. Doesn't look like it's going to be an issue, though, as we just worked through 2 minutes. Still got plenty of time left in case they run into a little more lag, and it's their last game of the day. So hopefully they can just make it through this one way or another. It's such a good start for them. It's really broken hearts. Is it? Crushed dreams?
Crushed dreams.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Unfortunate, and maybe Loco Doco was up all night retweeting those till the wee hours of the morning. My Twitter feed was just basically pictures of all of that.
He didst sow it, and now shalt thou reap it. Yazuki working down Gruul. Apple gonna come over. Big battle for the... Nope. Oh, Prime gonna come in.
There we go.
Gonna secure that one. The E from Yazuki just a little short there.
None of your shenanigans. None of your shenanigans.
It did just spin Smite 5 seconds from Dragon.
It's true. It's got a 40-second cooldown though, not the minute that it used to be in 3.13. So it took 20 seconds off of it, lowered the damage at early ranks. And once again, Loco Doco, apologizing for the lag that they're having.
And what can you do about it? I mean, that is something that if you've been to a LAN center, if you've been to a net cafe, if you've been to, any of those sort of places you go play them computer, internet, video games, it happens. If they get overcrowded, too many people are in there, a lot of times they tend to be sort of like half capacity is going to get you full speed. And that could be the problem Quantic's having right now. Could be just loud in there. You never really know what it might be. And that's one of the things. Quantic put themselves into a public environment where they don't control all of the things that are going to be around their play. This isn't like being on a stage. You're sitting in a shop, you're hoping for the best. Maybe some of your friends are on the other side of the LAN center, so, you've still got to use TeamSpeak. It's just not quite the same. And right now it's causing some trouble.
This is just what we've heard, is that they're at a LAN center.
Yes,
I've had no super official confirmation or pictures or anything like that. So watch it all be completely false, and it's just
could be completely untrue. But hey,
just the lies and deceit.
Certainly seems to be shorter pauses than when they have troubles at home, because we always see
those are
that router just take 2-3 minutes minimum to get them back into the game.
Yeah, and they usually all disconnect or something along those lines. But nope, just Loco Doco apologizing, pausing the game.
Spider out. Gonna hang out by the ward.
Right, so if we look across the board right now, there's a lot of pink wards in the hands of TWZ. We see 2 of them. They've already got some on the map. 3 actually down around that bottom lane area. 2 by Dragon, 1 in the bottom bush. Yazuki. Loco Doco ulti.
Did not enjoy that. So he walks it away.
Loco Doco blew his ultimate. Bobby Hank Hill is down bottom working this turret.
Red team has slain the dragon.
And apparently they slay the dragon in the middle of a pause?
That was a really solid pause.
What?
TWZ spiking. That was a TWZ pause there. Might be the server. So they're having troubles on the other side. We've had a couple of those little sort of lag into the game glitches. But otherwise, we've been fairly solid so far today. Of course, completely different servers for specking than the actual game. So hopefully things work out. Bobby Hank Hill going to finish off bottom outer without any trouble. Nobody in the area. Dragon goes uncontested. And the lead will go out to, well, what's that? Just about 6,500 gold.
Yeah, 6,500 almost. Rounded up, nice 7K. They're just doing so much work. And the game has really been in their favor. It's been in TWZ's favor all game. It's just like the last game where Quantic was facing off against TBD. It was always in TBD's favor. They never even had a blip of hope in terms of like the gold graph. It was never in their favor. And it's basically the same. We're watching a replay at this point.
A couple of little get-backs for Quantic throughout the course of it, and you see the same thing here. They managed to get themselves 5 kills on the board, managed to put down a single turret, but they have been completely out of control of the Dragon. 2 Dragons now over to TWZ. Full invade here, as TWZ just roaming around Prime. Going to have to send an axe out, and escape, it's Italian for leave the area.
Okay, that makes sense. I would believe it. Everything Wombat says, confirmed?
Probably true.
Yeah.
But Prime is going to get away with 4 TWZ members around, so silver linings.
Oh, yep. Can't forget about the silver linings. One of these days, there's going to be some gold lining, though.
Yeah.
So, when there's gold lining, I assume that the other team's getting the silver lining.
Yeah, it's the gold lining TWZ's
That's the good stuff.
Is the gold lining, as they are well ahead. And right now, a lot of that money spread around nicely as his global gold. Nidus Remain going to get locked up. He flashes out of the Suno ultimate, and they are going to have to deal with Nidus Remain still being in play here.
2
Open
ulties
for a pick. Yazuki on the way in.
for a flash. That's all they got.
He runs into Apple, and that'll buy enough time. Q's out from Bishu. He's going to lay down a little carpet of happiness. Make sure that they can't follow him in. Make sure that those minions don't get over too close to him. Loco Doco still doing what he can. Yazuki and Apple going to go at it. Yazuki getting the better of it here. Runs Apple off.
And they're just
That
warming
lane
up in the
clear
middle.
from Ziggs. So rough.
It's ridiculous. The carpet bombs that you're talking about, and the fact that he can throw out the Mega Inferno Bomb and Bouncing Bomb, all of his abilities, every single one of them, is area of effect. So he can just clear waves out instantaneously, and even clear out another wave that he isn't even in with his Mega Inferno Bomb.
Indeed so. Quantic grouping in their topside friendly jungle. We got Bobby Hank Hill headed down bottom to do some spring cleaning. About to lose a turret down there. How far did they get through that bad boy? Not very far at all. Got lucky and the cannon line came out. Just in time to save it up. Big pile of minions going to go over to Bobby Hank Hill there. Yazuki and Apple doing work on each other and going to come out more or less even.
And so Loco Doco decided to sit on the Avery's Blade, and he's built the Bloodthirster, so he's just sitting on it for the gold generation. He'll get his static shiv eventually, but this is basically the push build that we see from a bunch of people. We see the Bloodthirster, the static shiv. You can siege up turrets, do a lot of damage to them, and clear minion waves. But then we look at Bobby Hank Hill, and he's got the Brutalizer once again in his build.
And non-solid damage. Nobody really able to find a fight here. TWZ taking turns backing, getting themselves back into good shape. Bishu just living in mid lane, making sure that those minions never even get close.
No. They're just gone. The blue buff, he's going to get all that mana back.
The minefield down, Q, and you're done.
You can just continue to siege. His composition is such great wave clear from Yazuki up in the top lane. He can split push. Then we have Bishu and Bobby Hank Hill in the mid, and they'll just get these turrets extremely quick.
Yazuki going to take away Gruul. Not going to be able to make it in there. Down under half health. Apple going to start it up. Bishu gets locked in. Going to be a repel by Kez, and everybody gets out of the backside of the fight. Box drops. Might be time for TWZ to go in. Yazuki going to hop over everybody with the ult, and it'll be a TWZ turnaround. Tibbs drops, but Suno gets the kill. Apple low. He's out the back. Ignite burning. I think that actually might have been red buff. What was he? Was burning something.
It was ignited by Yazuki.
Okay. It was a red buff from Bobby Hank Hill that I saw. But the ignite was underneath. Then Yazuki gets the job done.
They just give up the turret, give up 2 kills for 1. They aren't going to have the wave clear, though. Bishu's down. So TWZ is going to go off and find some objectives here. Dragon's up in a minute, so not in their sights, but they're just going to clear out the jungle, get as much gold as they possibly can, check in the red, get in the timer, and maybe clearing off the side lanes, but they have a huge advantage right now.
All the main farmers on the TWZ side up over 200 CS now. Nobody really particularly close on the Quantic side. 156, 154. The top and bottom lanes for Quantic, and Suno's sitting 183 now. He's getting there, but still lagging behind by about 20 over Ziggs, who's just got to throw down 2 spells, finish off an entire wave.
Yeah, and Yazuki's sitting on about 3,000 gold right now. And that wave clear you're talking about from Bishu, we've been talking about it like 3 or 4 times. It's just so much pressure on a wave. And Ziggs, really, we started seeing more play of him in 3.13 when a lot of assassins were nerfed, and that he got some quality of life buffs to his passive, to his ultimate. It's just these little things that make it so that a character's good, and then little nerfs can make it so that a character's not played anymore, like Zed. So,
Indeed just inches everywhere.
Tiny tweaks, yeah.
That's how tight it is. And I gotta say, the lead now stretched out to 9,000 for TWZ, and they're gonna bump it up just a bit more as another uncontested dragon goes over. Straight up to 10k gold now. TWZ been steadily increasing their lead as this game ticks on. Right now, 3 dragons to none, 5 turrets to 1, 11 kills to 6. Quantic behind, 10,000 gold. Still putting up a strong front as TWZ not being overly aggressive with it. And obviously with Suno in the pile, there's a lot of damage that they'll be able to put down. Apple, again, it's worth noting, has not had a bad game. So he's still definitely part of this. If he can get to the back line, Bishu and Bobby Hankhill are still going to feel the weight of a Renekton hanging out on top of him. Shorts the hook on to Suno after the stun lands from Kez. TWZ will be denied an opportunity to start up on Quantic in the open field.
That hook was so close, it basically tickled the hairs on his skin.
Just a quick little shave there. Suno needed a touch up on that sweet bob haircut he's rocking.
I don't know if Apple can even do anything, because Yazuki just keeps split pushing. He's got to answer for
it. Gonna miss low there by Nidus Remain. Apple will be able to walk away as Bobby Hankhill comes top. They got minion line pushing in. TWZ decides top enters the target. And with Gunza out of play, it's going to fall apart as the lane clears too strong.
Gunza not there to initiate. Has Flash Timber Stun available, but are they going to be able to do anything with it? Earlier we saw Loco Doco use his ultimate, and then Nidus Remain ended up using his Talisman of Ascension to go ahead and speed his team away. Loco Doco once again has his ultimate up, and they're ready for an engagement here. TWZ looking for something hanging off on the sides.
Right now, Quantic able to hold on largely because they're able to match the lane clear that TWZ have brought to the field. Prime going to be able to spin those axes, throw them on out. Suno got a big ol' AoE plus the Q. Boomerang Blade, add that to the Ricochet, and you basically got a line melted on down. It's really been keeping TWZ out at bay. They don't want to try anything on under a turret. Apple going to get hooked in. They're going to stun him up, and he's just got nowhere to go. Pops the ult to try it on. Can he get away from Yazuki? No, sir. Yazuki going to get it in. The Ignite burns him down one more time, and TWZ will get their turret. Not going to walk it forward, though. Turnaround time. They are headed in the direction of Baron from the looks of it, and no ward coverage on this route, so Quantic's going to have to get the read. Looks like they got it as they're running straight in that direction.
And there's about 11.5k gold lead now for TWZ. If they get this Baron, I think it might be the nail in the coffin at this point. 6 turrets to 1. They've been pushing, and this composition is made for these types of sieges. If they get the Baron with the extra stats, it's going to spell disaster.
Man drops the box. Will it keep Prime far enough away? Kez going to spin out, and it will. TWZ gets it. Gunza in trouble. Shockwave going to buy some time, and will get Nidus Remain off the field. Gunza on the run. Yazuki chasing. Not like to get away from that one. They try to take it down. Suno doing as much work as possible. Gets 2 down basically by himself. Loco Doco looking for Bishu. Not going to get it. Triple kill Bishu. TWZ hangs on by just an edge there. Yazuki still at full health. They managed to go 2 for 4 as Apple comes up. Apple caught out in the lane earlier, so if you want to call it ace for 2 and a Baron, you wouldn't be wrong. But a big, big lead right now, and Yazuki left to his own devices in that top lane.
Just continuing to push like always, just causing the pressure, forcing Apple to back instead of push something else. Apple behind in levels by 3 and behind in gold by a substantial amount at this point. And Yazuki, his farm is just, he's been doing that all game, but his kill participation is still extremely high.
Working their way. Next stop as they roll through 15,000 gold to lead now. Next stop going to be 20K for TWZ. Again, Quantic with a lot of wave clear. Look at that kill participation across the board, though, on TWZ. Over 65%, 68.8. I'll just say the number. Across the board, very nearly there. I mean, that is a beautiful graph. We had some beautiful graphs yesterday, and that's dead even across 16 kills as well. I mean, just really, really nicely done. Everybody been a big part of this game. You got 407 on Yazuki. Kez rocking 427. Bishu in the mid lane, 328. Same deal for Bobby Hank Hill. Not to mention great CS numbers on top of it, as it's really been TWZ's game from the jump. Only a single turret down for Quantic, and they're hoping and dreaming. Not really being given anything by any of the teams here in the 3 games that they've been through today, and TWZ primed for a win. With Quantic's going to need a lot to get back in.
Yeah, and Yazuki, it looks like he doesn't have to worry about keeping his pants up anymore because he has essentially 4 Giants belts.
Yes.
He's got the Randuins, he's got the Sunfire Cape one, he's got 2 sitting in his inventory. He'll turn one into a Warmogs. What's he going to do with the other one?
It's going to be very
Warmogs?
hard to kill him. The Randuins, why not?
Oh,
you know what? You know what he could do? Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
Rylai's is the only other one.
That's it. Do it, and that's going to put the
does
slow on, though.
I don't know.
That'll add. I'm all for it. I approve this message. They are certainly far enough ahead that it probably wouldn't hurt too much. Yazuki ended that last fight at full health. Look at the bars. 4,000 plus health. Apple, his laning opponent, only got 2 of the big ticks, sitting about 2,600 there. 2,709 is where he's at. Yazuki, let's get an exact number. 4322 on Yazuki. And the resistance is to back it up.
That is incredible. He's just so much tankiness. If he dove straight in underneath the turret, they wouldn't even care, and he's probably going to do just that in a moment.
No, it will take a very, very long time for that turret to work him through. Because again, it's not just 4,300 health. It's 4,300 health and a ton of armor and magic resist. A lot more armor than magic resist at this point, especially with the Ninja Tabby in play. But he is just really, really big right now. 261 armor, 146 magic resist. Going to be very hard to work
He's taking
Yazuki
tower
down.
hits, and it doesn't even look like he is.
It's in a fight, taking tower hits. Gets back out. Look at the tiny. It's so tiny, the hits.
They're starting to work up. Every time a tower hits, it gets more and more damage on you with those sequential hits. Almost there. Almost hit him with the hook. So he's basically just trying to keep Apple on him because he doesn't want Apple in the middle of those fights. And this is a really great strategy against Quantic because they rely so much on Apple to make plays.
There's Q's not landing for Bishu, but they are going to get a stun. Not quite enough, but they're going to start it anyway. Nidus Remain comes in, going to get the drop. Suno in, or Suno out, I should say. Nidus Remain going to get clear. Yazuki into the pile, and he is a big problem. Apple trying to do what he can. Guns it out. Prime not going to be able to get away from Bobby Hank Hill. And that is basically game unless Loco Doco learns to split himself into 5 pieces.
It's a 4 for nothing there, and I don't think Loco Doco is going to be able to do that. No Kage Bushi no Jitsu right now for him.
No, sir. He read the secret scroll, but he couldn't understand what it said. You know, you got to get the training in those ancient kanji if you're going to be able to read that scroll. It's forbidden for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
Down it goes. Quantic, 3 for none today. Loco Doco's going to try it on. Might get Nidus Remain, but they'll turn at him. They'll take a run at it. Loco Doco stays alive, but the Nexus does not. Quantic go to 2 and 3 on the day. TWZ to 2 and 0.